Hi guys, this is Chris Mize from Heroes Academy in Trussville, Alabama. Here to talk with you today about a question I get asked a good bit. Mostly from new people coming into the academy, but people ask it, what is the best martial art that I need to study? Well, of course my natural inclination is to say jiu-jitsu, because that's what I've done for a long time. But I think really the big thing is, what are the person's goals? Usually it's self-defense, fitness, and then discipline, right? So, kind of the same things when people seek to have their kids trained, that kind of thing. Jocko Willink says you need to learn how to shoot a gun, which is also true, but that's an escalation of force that we're not really talking about today. And as far as shooting a gun goes, it's not just about shooting, it's about retaining a weapon under pressure. So you need to have the proper training for that, training with a dummy gun, with a willing partner who's willing to give you a realistic kind of scenario and pressure, right? So as far as empty hand goes, again, I would tend to lean towards jiu-jitsu. And you've probably heard that a lot, but I'm going to explain why that I think jiu-jitsu is one of the best ways that you can prepare yourself. Number one, realistic pressure. You can't go into a jiu-jitsu academy and not have the opportunity to test your ability against willing but uncooperative training partners, right? When you come to jiu-jitsu at the beginning, you come in, usually you get tapped by everybody, then over time, you get tapped less, and then you're the one doing the tapping, right? You're tapping everybody else out. That's the way it usually goes. It's kind of like when you learn to drive a car. When you first start out, you get going, you think about all the little details of driving, every little bit. And then over time, you master those skills and you're not having to think about everything. You can just drive safely down the road, right? So that's the way kind of jiu-jitsu is. But jiu-jitsu training gives you realistic pressure to work technique under. That's very important. Then you'll know how you'll respond under that pressure, right? Secondly, repetition. Jiu-jitsu class you do over technique and stuff like that. It's very important to get it ingrained into your nervous system, right? Proper training and, again, working the moves. I'm talking about like the 5 to 10,000 number rule. You've got to get it into your system to where you're not having to think about it as much. Again, we go back to the car analogy. You learned how to drive, you can learn jiu-jitsu. You just have to show up and practice. Practice is very important, right? And that repetition can be done under pressure. That's number one, right? Number two, the repetition. You need those things, right? You need to get those to kind of ingrain it into your body. It's very important to master the moves, right? And thirdly, I would say timing. Again, to get good at anything, you have to have proper timing. And how do you get timing? You get timing by doing, by having repetition of doing a certain skill against realistic people giving you pressure, giving you true reaction. And you have to learn how to deal with that. That's very important. And so those three things I think are just imperative for a proper mindset for self-defense and for martial arts. Several other arts offer, kind of the same thing. Muay Thai, Kali gives you a lot of repetition also. But again, you have to know how to take pressure and use that pressure. That will help you get your other things. It'll help you get your timing down and just your good response. So anyway, hopefully that'll help you guys out when you're looking for something to try to work and see how it works for you. So again, think about it. Realistic pressure, realistic scenario kind of thing, but safe. 2, repetition, working the techniques over a long period of time, getting it into your system. And thirdly, timing, being able to get your timing down to where a technique will work right. If not, you might as well just be doing kata by yourself or doing a prearranged movement. You need to see how your moves will work against people that are giving you real life situational pressure. Jiu-jitsu does that by giving you that in a pretty safe environment. And if you've had a bad experience with jiu-jitsu in the past, I say you need to just find a place that's good for you. Go in, do a class, see if the atmosphere is right, and do that. We have to train safe to make it a lifestyle and to do it for a lifetime. Okay, guys, thank you for viewing today. Again, like us on Facebook, Heroes Martial Arts Academy, and also view us on YouTube. Thanks, and have a great day.